what it all comes down to. You've got 8 of the premier scratch players.
It's a hard pattern too. You need some pretty, adequate bowlers.
Give it a shot.
Should be doing something.
Okay. Just like you drew it up. That will just about do it.
It's just nice to be back again.
The party certainly doesn't stop in Whitewater, Wisconsin.
This tournament live stream is a special presentation of Bowling with the FEF.
Hello, everyone, and welcome back to Bowling with the FEF's coverage of the 2025-26 Big Ten Championships presented by Storm Bowling and H5G. We are starting up the double elimination bracket, and we are doing it in style, although it's going to be a little wonky, at least at the start here. As you can see, we are using a couple pairs that are not exactly right in front of me, but, we can kind of see them, right? Yeah. At least I think we can kind of see them. From my vantage point, they're off to my left, and that's why it's kind of looking like it's off to the left. You've got Nebraska and Michigan warming up here. Off to their left, and when I say off to their left, I mean several pairs off to their left are Minnesota and Rutgers. Those are the first 2 teams that are going to do battle in the beginning of these bracket matches. If you want to take a look at what the bracket looks like, what you need to do is go to higherbarbowling.big-10-championship, and you will get there. I will put that up in the live chat for those of you who are looking for it, and it should be pretty easy to find from there. There's a tab under live scoring that says men's VAR bracket, and you can find out just exactly the shape of this thing, where you see first round winners and second round winners, and that will be kind of what we have today.
Please hold up on your practice. As a reminder, the higher seed gets the choice of starting lane.
So
bowl the entire Baker game on one lane and then switch for the next game. After you win the game, that is essentially a point and is best of 5, so first to 3 format.
Yeah, so here's the website. higherbarbowling.com/big-10-championship. You'll find live scoring there, the lane assignments, and the shape of the bracket, which is really the most important part at this juncture of the event, because that's where we are. We're at the first round of the bracket, and this is exciting stuff because this is when the pressure really hits home for these bowlers. I'm Andrew Pfeffer. I run the Bowling with the FEF channel, and I am happy to present this part of the Big Ten Championship to you live from the Bowlero Mount Prospect here in suburban Chicago. It's going to be a great time, and I can't wait to get right into the action. Here's the oil pattern that the players will be competing on today. It certainly is what it looks like right here, because they did re-oil while we were away, while we were on break. They did re-oil. So it is exactly as you see it, 43 feet. The volume is 36.95 mils. The ratio is as it looks, about 1.5 to 1. So there's not a lot of room for mistakes. And we found that out firsthand. It was not very forgiving. There were some splits. There were some missed spares. There were some frustrated looks, and there was, just general frustration. There were low scores, but that's okay, because in an event like this, you want these teams to earn it, right? and they are definitely earning it this weekend. So let's get back to lane level here. They are just about to get started. And like I said, it's a little wonky looking just because they're off to the left of us. But what you're seeing right now is the Nebraska men and the Michigan men. And I'm going to call this an open match because both teams have women on the team. But because they're mixed teams, they go with the men's division. It's kind of like the USBC Open Championships. When you have men and women together, they go in this open division, which historically is called a men's division. So here we are. It's a best 3 out of 5. So they will bowl best 3 out of 5 in the Baker style. And I'll try and get that scoreboard a little less kitty wampus. That's what my wife would call it, Joey. Kitty wampus. Is that what you would call it?
I don't really know what that means, so it's probably not.
Pretend it makes sense.
Okay, yeah.
Okay. All right. Let's see. So we get a little of the JVC thing here, and we make that a little bit bigger, and maybe we can see the whole thing, but maybe that's a little too big. Ugh. Yeah. Maybe I jam it over into the side like that. I don't know. Yeah, that looks kind of weird because the other thing's sticking out of the side of it. So we put it back there, and then we give it one of those. And I don't know. Like I said, it's going to be a little wonky, but it'll make more sense when we get to the second match because we'll have 17 and 18 in play, and that will involve the winners here. Chris says go Rutgers, and Rutgers is in competition right now. They're farther over on, what is that, 5 and 6?
Yeah, they're on 7 and 8.
7 and 8. Okay. They're against Minnesota right now. Again, if you want to see the updates on that, go to the live scoring page on that link that I have in the live chat, higherbarbowling.com/big-10-championship, as we get underway here with Nebraska and Michigan. As if to display Husker power, you've got a big strike in the third frame from Joshua Quas, who we didn't see in action while we had Nebraska on our live stream pair in the qualifying, but they've plunked him into the lineup here for Baker play. So in these matches, again, best 3 out of 5, the teams will stay on one lane in each game and then swap lanes after each game. So it plays out a touch differently than the traditional games that we were watching in the qualifying, but they're still going to get a taste of each lane on the pair. But it's just mano a mano, scratch score, get hot at the right time, and go to work. That was Asher Salama. And if memory serves, we had one of his relatives in the live chat earlier talking about him. So hopefully she is still around. Nebraska and Michigan are the 7 and 10 seeds. So, and this is based on mostly on their win-loss record in the qualifying games, although if there are ties, they took it by total pinfall to break those ties.
Which actually 3 of the 4 teams bowling right now did tie with 1 win.
Ah, okay. So yeah. And then, you take into consideration some of the narrow margins. By the time Purdue and Indiana on the men's side faced off in Game 5, they were only like 5 sticks apart.
Yep.
So that kind of thing can really come into play in a situation like that where you win by 6 or 7 pins and all of a sudden things are completely different. There's a nice shot from Michigan's leadoff bowler, Adam Berger. Nebraska countering with Fletcher Havendick. Again, a couple Huskers that we didn't see in the qualifying round. So leaning on their depth a little bit. But on the bottom, Mason Johnson, Evan Choi, the same two that we were watching before. And Nebraska took that loss to Wisconsin in Game 1. I'm sorry, Michigan took the loss to Wisconsin in Game 1. Nebraska, powered by Choi and a pretty big string of strikes, took down Penn State in, I believe it was either Game 2 or Game 3. So Leah Wheaton going to have to tangle with a washout here, as many of our competitors did. I think the 1-2-4-8 was one of the most common leaves I saw during the course of the tournament.
It's an interesting one.
Yeah. But when you don't have free hook to the right,
This is true.
yeah,
There's a lot of oil out there.
you pay the price. All right. Deb says, "Go Minnesota! You know how to do it," and they do. They had a tight battle with, I believe they were with Ohio State on the live stream pair. They put some pressure on them. They bowled well, and although the scores may not show it, because it's kind of a grind situation, they really did what they had to do to make it a tight match, and they didn't roll over. They didn't give it away. Okay. There's the cover from Salama. Mason Johnson says Dune is his favorite book. You ever read Dune?
I have not read Dune. I did watch the first movie,
Okay.
and honestly, it also wasn't my favorite. And I know that that's going to take a lot of hate, but it wasn't. Just being honest.
That's your opinion.
Yeah. What about you?
I haven't read the book. I haven't seen the movie.
It's a long movie too.
It looks like a long book.
It is a long movie.
It's kind of intimidating.
Yep. So it looks like Nebraska just needs a couple pins here to take game one.
Yeah. Yeah, assuming Johnson gets a strike on his fill ball, basically just keep it on the lane. And yeah, 3 pins is all they'll need. And from what I've seen out of Choi, he will get more than 3. And when he does, he'll let you know it too.
That'll do it.
So that's good enough for a win there. And Nebraska will lead 1-0 in this best of 5 bracket match. Again, these are double elimination matches, so whoever loses this one does not go home. Everybody has to lose twice in order to be eliminated. So 142 to 135.
And I just took a peek down there on the low end on 7 and 8. It looks like Minnesota is going to win the first game.
Okay. So there you go, Deb. Minnesota going to win first game over Rutgers. And they will switch lanes and get started with game 2. Are they going to sub anybody? Yeah. So right now we're just trying to figure out if they're going to do any lineup changes or subbing or anything like that, just so we can get that clear on our end. And we'll go from there as Nebraska starts out with a 2-4-10 split.
Switch the order up on you. That's it.
And that is Owen Strasdas, who takes 1 out of the 3, so they will look to recover from that. On the Michigan side, it's Adam Berger. They're essentially going with the same lineup that they went with in game 1. And he takes down all 3. So early lead for the Wolverines. And we head into the second frame with Hannah Simpson. And an open on the Cornhuskers side from Fletcher Havendick. So back-to-back opens for Nebraska as they look to Ashley Morawski in hopes of getting things going. She shot a nice game over here on 17 and 18, although they did pull her for a sub later on just to, I think, to get somebody kind of accustomed to the pattern. And she trips a 4 and gets them on the board with a strike. And Simpson covers that spare to maintain the lead for Michigan. Yeah, for being I guess a relatively younger team. I don't want to say a younger program because they've got history, but Minnesota has some juice. They've got some spirit.
They do, and I actually was talking to them earlier, and I was like, how did you guys hear about this tournament? Because they hadn't bowled it the last couple of years. I didn't even know they had a team.
Yep.
And they said that they were bowling another tournament earlier this year. They were talking to Wisconsin, and Wisconsin told them about this tournament, and they said, yeah, why not? Let's go bowl it. And we're super happy to have them, and they've been bowling super well. So it's great to see them out on the lanes.
Minnesota has been off and on over the years. I think, and I don't know this, but I think that Sam Lanto may have bowled for Minnesota years and years ago, and I'm pretty sure he's a USBC Hall of Famer. But back in my era, in late 90s, early 2000s, they had a team that included Brent Prentice, who owns Cedar Vale Lanes in Eagan, Minnesota, Jason Lutkin, who was a multiple-time Minnesota Junior Bowlers Tour winner, Dan England Jr., who was a pretty good competitor in those MJBT tournaments. And they were a really good team. Once you've got 3 good bowlers, that's pretty much all you need.
Yeah.
And yeah, they had a really good team in those mid-90s years. But it seemed like after that, it was kind of hit or miss on whether they'd have a team or not. So, yeah, it's good to see him out here. Cale Rudolph is the guy that everybody's talking about. Deb's on here. He's got a twin brother. I don't know if he bowls or not, but they played baseball. And Cale had mentioned in his biography that he's played on Target Field.
Oh, that's pretty cool.
Because he was a baseball player for his high school, and they went to state.
That's awesome.
To get to the finals. In the semifinals, they played a 15-inning semifinal game and won it to get to the finals.
Those are the most exciting games.
Yeah.
What do we have? An 18-inning postseason game with the
Dodgers.
The Dodgers and the Tiger? No,
Toronto.
Yeah.
Was that the World Series or was
no? It was the CS Championship Series.
Or was it the Division Series?
Maybe it was the Division Series.
Yeah, because it wasn't with the Brewers. I would have remembered that.
No, that was a quick 4-0.
They didn't need 18 innings to do anything with the Brewers. With Seattle in the Division Series.
Yeah, I think you're right.
Toronto, Seattle, or Dodgers, Philadelphia?
Well, I don't think it was the Well, I'm going to look now.
I don't know. Yeah. It's kind of like the equivalent of the...
Oh, well, they did have the World Series Dodgers Blue Jays 18-inning game.
Ah, okay, so it was.
But I was thinking about the one before that too.
Right. It's the equivalent of the E.J. Tackett, Ethan Fiore roll-off.
Yeah.
Oh.
A hot start for Michigan here.
Yeah, another open for Nebraska. And it's tough when those opens start piling up, especially coming off a strike there twice in this game. They've opened after strikes. That's multiple pins every time that you're just giving back.
Yeah. And we talk so much about the importance of spares, especially in a Baker format and in a one-game match. You don't have time to rack up the pins.
Mm-hmm.
If you open twice, you can only get so many doubles.
Yep.
So every spare really counts,
Sure.
especially in a one-game match.
So that certainly doesn't help going 3 out, but they have a comfortable lead of about 36. 46. 36.
Looks like the scores are still stuck on there from practice.
Ugh. Jeez. That has happened to me a couple different times today.
Ooh.
Okay. Hopefully that's better.
That should be.
Yeah.
I'm about to go break the pop shop.
This thing.
You got it.
All right, Michigan's gonna even it up 1-1 here,
Yeah.
and that's a big one because coming down from 2-0 in a best of 5 is very challenging.
Right. And just to kind of get off the schneid in a different format like this is big. Why are these freezing up?
Not working.
One is like they're both. One is freezing up and the other's freezing
Well,
up.
one is actually on that screen, so maybe that's right. No, it's frozen.
No, it's frozen. All right.
Well, while you mess with that, to give an update on down on 7 and 8, Minnesota has gone up 2-0 in a close match that second game. I think they won by about 7.
Okay.
So it was a tight one, but they got it done, and we'll see if Rutgers can make a comeback.
Yeah. All right. So. Thank you. Let's see if that makes a difference. Hopefully it will. All right. So I didn't catch the final score there in that second match, but Michigan won. Did you
Yeah,
see?
I didn't catch the final score because I was running down there, but I think they won by about 30 or 40.
So, game 2.
Michigan State. Do you know what? 13 and 14.
Thank you.
All right. So we are tied 1-1 in this best of 5 match here. It looks like we're switching up the order a little bit on the Nebraska side. Michigan is sticking with.
Yep, they're riding it.
Yeah, got him here. So yeah, I don't know why the cameras are alternating freezing. So basically what I have going on here is 2 shots from the same camera. So that might be a little blurry, but it's because it's not, tightly in focus.
Yeah. We can give them updates too.
Yeah. All right.
It sounded like a strike.
Yep, it was.
All right.
She mixed them up.
So spare strike for Michigan and spare strike for Nebraska.
That's right. Owen Strasdas. The hammer. He says he won $60 in a weekly sweeper one time.
Proud of him. Very proud of him for that.
Is a personal bowling accomplishment.
There you go.
That's trouble. Borowski got that one a little out and down the lane a little bit, and just like many times before, just never recovered. So did you guys get to throw on it last night?
I got to throw a few shots over on 1 and 2.
Yeah.
It was actually my first time bowling in 6 months, so
Oh,
it was a fun pattern to bowl on when you haven't bowled for a while.
Right.
But it played pretty much as expected.
Okay.
The only thing with this house is, even though it doesn't seem like it, it hooks so much here.
Oh,
And that's part of the reason why we put out so much oil.
sure.
So, but yeah, we're challenging teams to, stay to the right for the most part. And I've seen success a couple ways. But all have been to the right,
Okay.
per se. There's not a ton of angle being created.
And I haven't seen anybody try to play the gutter straight up.
There's just too much oil.
Is there too much out
Yeah.
there? Okay.
I did see in game 1 over on the low end, Indiana burned really well in practice.
Okay.
So they actually were able to bounce some urethane off the 2-board.
Mhm.
And so they really made that pair nice and playable for them.
Okay.
So I think if you have the right strategy coming in, you can make the gutter hook a little bit,
Okay.
but it takes a team
All
to
5
yeah,
guys.
yeah.
Yep.
and a lot of surface.
Sure.
Yep.
Yep. And certainly nobody was either thinking that way or consistently throwing it enough that way to make that difference on our pairs here. So just when you think Michigan is down and out, look at them go.
Yeah, right. But some fire back from Nebraska.
Yep. Nice cover. Hannah Simpson, Leah Wheaton, taking up the 2nd, 3rd, 7th, and 8th, and doing a fine job this game for sure. Wow. I did not expect to see that out of Mr. Choi. He hadn't thrown anything like that all day that I've seen.
That's another thing with these matches. It's every shot is super important.
Yep.
And it really brings out the best and worst of bowlers. So.
Yeah, you get exposed.
Yep.
If your focus is off, if you're just distracted in any way.
No, that's right.
Look at that. Yeah. Overcompensating, you get exposed.
And Michigan's keeping this clean game going.
They're just chugging right along.
Yep.
And if you can keep a clean game going on this pattern,
I don't gamble a lot,
right?
But I would be willing to bet that 200 wins every match.
Oh, you could spare teams to death.
Even 190.
Yeah.
I think that's,
Half pocket doesn't get the 7 out. Mike Johnson says, "Go Blue, go Mason."
Because I think the highest score we've seen so far has been in the 160s.
Yep. And Michigan's just about to top that.
They already have?
Yeah. Yeah, Salama taking aim at that 7 pin. Oh, missed it. It's still in good shape.
Yeah, they're still in great shape.
Oh, nice shot at the 2-4-10, but just gets 2 out of it. And yeah, this one's going to go to Michigan again. So they're going to take a 2-1 lead. And just like that, the momentum really shifted here.
Yep.
So they've shifted things around a little for this game, putting Quas at the anchor spot. He does throw a nice ball. I mean, gets plenty on it from the left as Johnson takes care of the 3-6-10. Quas spares as well. And 186, which probably feels like about 226. That's going to be enough.
That's on the cusp there of, will win you most matches.
Yeah.
Definitely in this round.
Mm-hmm. So 186, 153. A 2-1 lead for Michigan.
Big surprise. Michigan's going to keep it the same.
Yeah. Heck, I would. So Adam Berger leading off game 4, stays out of trouble. Use a 3-pin. Nebraska working out the lineup here. Well, and this is right. So open to start things out in game 4. Sounds like Rutgers getting fired up as Nebraska starts things out with a 5-pin lead, which all things considered, not a bad thing.
Thank you.
All right, so Nebraska's shuffling things around. Ben. Second, I think there was a Ben in here before. Do some research.
I'll give a quick update on 7 and 8. There was an open frame by Minnesota in the 10th frame, which
Okay.
gave Rutgers a chance, and they struck the first ball, and they will be winning that match. So it'll be 2-1.
2-1 Rutgers.
Minnesota was up 2-0, so now it'll be Minnesota's still up 2-1, but Rutgers did come away with a win.
Gotcha. So this should be Benjamin Hibbard in the second for Nebraska. He was bowling in most of the earlier match that we had on the live stream. And at this point, you're in an elimination game every game you go here. So, but not elimination from the tournament because everybody gets 2 losses. So,
Yep. Everyone will bowl tomorrow.
she got out of that ball really nicely. You could tell that had some stuff on it. I know there aren't many in this building and in this area that will agree with me, but I really appreciate the fact that Indiana's got a guy from Chicago who cheers for the Packers. That's wonderful.
Who is it?
I didn't get his name.
Oh, I know who it is.
I gave him a fist bump, though.
It's Andrew Grieve. I think he was bowling first for them.
Okay.
He's a Brewers fan, too.
Hey, even better.
Yeah. I'm a Cubs and Bears fan, so.
Okay. Nobody's perfect.
Yeah.
I'll tell you, I would like to get to those stadiums for a game, though. I've only been to Wrigley once, and it was just to see Billy Joel.
You should go.
But I'd love to see a game there. I'd love to see a game at Soldier Field.
You better go soon. They're
yeah.
building a new stadium.
That's true.
Yeah.
So, well, if there's a few years left. You go on one of the last years when the ticket prices are nice and low.
Yeah. Well, now that they're getting good again.
Right.
Yeah. Last year, you probably could have gone for
That
pretty
was
cheap.
probably the year, yeah.
I've been to Wrigley a ton of times. I've always been a baseball guy, so definitely been to lots of Cubs games. Oh, it's a great atmosphere. But I've been to Miller Park a ton of times too. Haven't been to Lambeau though.
Okay. You know what I'm gonna say.
I don't think I'm welcome there.
No, everybody's welcome there. You got to see it. I mean, there are lots of teams that I can't stand, but the stadiums are.
I do appreciate
the old stadiums are just you gotta, you gotta. I mean, how many people are there out there that can't stand the Yankees? But I'm sure, given the chance, they'd love to go to Yankee Stadium.
Absolutely.
I don't know about this Zach guy, but I'd bowl at the ITRC any chance I could get.
I'm sure he does. The first time this tournament was brought back in 2023 in Detroit, we bowled at Thunderbolt.
Oh.
And bowled, it's the arena, right? We
Yeah,
bowled
because there's like
arena.
2 parts, right?
Yeah, there's 3 parts.
Oh. Okay.
So there's the arena, then there's the main center, and then there's another like more of a party space on the high end.
Okay.
And so we held the Big Ten championship in the arena.
Ah.
So it was super cool.
Yeah. Okay, so Nebraska is making a run here. They're up by about, 15 or so? Even more than that. Probably going to be up by about 35 if they can make this and hit a strike. And
It's
they
a big
do.
spare. Yeah.
So that's Hibbard. That's the guy they subbed in. So there's a move that's paying off.
It sounds like Rutgers is on a hot streak down there.
Both of those teams can get loud.
They are loud. And it really stands out in match play because it's not all the teams bowling at once.
Yep.
You have 2 matches going on. It gets really quiet in between shots, and then it just erupts.
Yeah. That's a great shot.
That's 2 perfect shots this game.
She's throwing
Very
nice.
talented. Hey. You guys will be on 17.
Are we going? Okay, so right now?
We're bowling. We're bowling on the fresh, like fresh.
How much time do you get for practice?
10 minutes.
Oh, man. That was Salama. Sent that head pin back across right in front of the 7. And then
Let's see if this is going
Nebraska missed a 5 pin
Oh, negative one.
right when they could have put them away. And they may, they've already shut them out. So,
Well,
yeah, Nebraska's going to tie this thing up again. Back and forth we go.
has it been the left lane that's won every time?
Maybe. So Nebraska
Who won the first one?
Nebraska won the first one. Then Michigan won. No, Michigan won the last 2.
Okay, yeah,
So
you're right.
they've won on both lanes. But so both teams split. Man, and you look at all those opens for Michigan, you got to wonder, they take down 2 of those spares.
Yep.
Entirely different. So now it's all tied at 2 apiece.
Yeah, take some more credit for that.
Yeah, no, we're not bowling like 5 minutes.
And Michigan is sticking with their lineup. They have not changed a thing this whole time. Deb imploring Minnesota to get it going against Rutgers. Hopefully we'll see an update before too long from Joey, our tournament official. We'll see what Nebraska comes back with for a lineup as they start out with a crossover strike, which is always welcome. And a spare for Berger on the Michigan side. So now we're going Ben Hibbard at the 2 spot. And Choi, who was so effective in the 5 individual games, is going to ride the bench for a little while.
When we came in this morning, I like how the door was like,
Nice cover on the spare. So back-to-back spare, or I'm sorry, back-to-back marks. Striking the spare for Nebraska. Michigan, a couple spares of their own. Remember, this is game 5, the deciding game. Oh, and Quas can't kick out that split. He's left with a 3-7. Had him mixing around, but those two stayed. And oh, that's a strange leave. That's a 1-8-9. Those games that Michigan has won. Oh, how about that? In this battle to stay clean, Joshua Quas takes down the 3-7. And Simpson gets 1 out of that 3-pin combination. So 44-3. And now Nebraska can add to that lead.
2-2 down there.
Okay, so we got 2 game 5s. So I don't know if you saw what just happened.
I missed
but,
it.
Joshua Quas just made the 3-7 split.
It's a good one.
Yeah.
Is he left-handed?
Yeah.
Okay. So he made the 2-10 in my head. Gotcha.
Exactly. Yep.
Gotcha.
Yep. And another spare for the Huskers. So it's just like we were saying before, you can spare teams to death in this and see who's going to blink first. And there's back-to-back opens for the Wolverines.
Yeah, no count either.
Yeah. So now you're going to go up with count here by more than 20, and that's a pretty big lead no matter what point in the game you're in. There's Morawski crossing over. getting the benefit of some great carry. So 2-4-5. Okay. Quick double there with the strike from Fletcher Havendick.
So clean first half of the game from Nebraska.
Yeah.
+1, yeah.
Nice cover there on that. Johnson. You gotta think that Michigan's gonna need some strikes and fast.
And this is not the pattern you want to have to do that on.
Right.
9's good, though.
Mm-hmm.
9's a start.
Yeah.
And you never know. I mean, we've seen hot starts and rough finishes. So.
Mm-hmm. Oh, can't do that. Berger flagging the 6 pin as Nebraska working off this double with Ben Hibbard in an interesting situation. Hibbard coming in off the bench, spelling Evan Choi, who dominated on the live stream pair during the 5 traditional games. They stick him on the bench and reap the benefits. Oh, and she just gets 1. So Hannah Simpson with a 3rd consecutive open on the Michigan side. Quas with that huge split conversion goes right of the head pin. But again, out of trouble. 1, 2, 4. And another split.
I did shoot a 248 with the spare.
Throw it at the head pin.
And gets all 3. So spare after spare, they're essentially doing exactly what Michigan did to them.
Yep. I mean, is it? I'm trying to do some quick math here. 96. I think it's over.
Let's see. Yeah. Yeah, they can only have 156, and Nebraska's already got 162. Yep. They've got it locked up. So the Cornhuskers going to advance to take on...
They're going to be bowling...
Indiana?
Ohio State.
Ohio State. Okay.
The first open coming in the 9th frame, but
hey,
it's already done.
That's how to do it, yeah. But credit to Michigan. I mean, they came back after a Game 1 loss and, you know, brought this thing to a Game 5 and did what they needed to do. They had to make those spares, and they made plenty of them. Just kind of ran out of gas in this last game.
Yeah, I mean, it bounced back and forth, right? Nebraska took the quick lead, and then Michigan won 2 in a row, and then is that how it went? And then Nebraska won 2 in a row?
Nebraska won the first one, Michigan won 2, and then Nebraska wins 2. Yep.
It's getting loud down there already. I think it's early, too. It might only be the 4th frame.
Yeah.
And then
So open, but 187 more than enough.
Yep.
Nebraska moving on. What a finish, though. I mean, again, they win 180, 180. That's all it takes.
Yep. So Nebraska's going to jump down to 9-10 after this to bowl Ohio State. We're going to have Michigan State and Purdue on 13 and 14. Penn State and Wisconsin on 5 and 6. And then the winner of Rutgers, Minnesota will bowl Indiana right here on 17 and 18.
Okay. So nobody's on 15 and 16. It's just 17 and 18. Okay, good.
All right, I'll be back in a little bit.
Okay. 34. So 187 to 134. Three to 2. Nebraska wins. Wow, nice match. So 2 5-game matches. Wow. All right, so I'm going to put up a slate here, get my camera repositioned, and we will get ready for our next Baker match. All right, so 17 and 18 will have our next match. And we're going to get Josh Pauls over here. Is that funny?
Yeah, 100%.
Oh, come on. No, this is fun stuff.
100%. I love this.
So they were telling me that You are one of the seniors on the team
Yep,
that kind of
yep.
helps with the lineup decisions. I'm guessing you don't have a coach.
Nope, no coach.
Okay, all right. So tell me, I watched you guys in the qualifying.
Yep,
Choi is just murdering this pair.
yep.
And all of a sudden he's not quite as effective. Was it a tough decision to put him on the bench?
Oh, 100%. He's been our best bowler by far this year. Had a top 10 finish on Alexandria for our first tournament of the year. Yeah, he's just our best bowler, so it's hard to take him out, but you got to make those tough decisions. I love that guy to death, but, just got to do what's best for the team at the time. And he was struggling making spares and finding a line, so just had to pull the trigger and take him out later.
Yeah. What did he say?
He was good about it. That's what I love about our team is they're very open. They're very, not upset when we take them out, which is good. Builds a team chemistry all around. So it's just great to have the support of everybody, knowing that, I can take you out, but you're not going to hold it against me later in the day when we, go out to dinner later.
Yeah.
And I just love that about our team.
The big picture is
Yep,
what matters.
exactly.
All right. I know it's what everybody wants to hear. Tell me about the 3-7.
Oh my gosh. yeah. They did not make a lot of good shots in that round, but yeah, just want to give my team a chance, keep it close, put the pressure back on Michigan, and yeah, it was just so exciting. I've always liked to give myself a shot on splits. I knew I was either going for 2 or 0 there, just to try to get the momentum for our team going again. After struggling going down 2-1, we had to keep it going, get the momentum going for our side, and just want to give our team a chance. And luckily, the pins fell my way.
Yeah. What did they say to you after you made it?
Oh, they're just excited. They call me the Split King, which is funny. I made a couple 3-7s this year. I also made some 3-6-7s. So I've gotten the Split King nickname here and there from a couple teammates like Ben and Owen. And, I just love those guys. It's great it was just so exciting to get back to them and celebrate with them after that big frame.
Yeah. There are so many different ways to win a best of 5.
Oh, 100%.
To get down to game 5 and to have them feed off you
Yep,
like they did.
Yep.
Is there anything more satisfying than
No,
that?
no, there's not. A couple years ago, we had the kind of the same situation, the Mid-Iowa Conference Championship, facing Iowa Western in a best of 5, and it went to the 5th game to win the conference. And our whole team then just stepped up, and it felt like the same exact thing here. And it's my favorite type of bowling. Team bowling bracket style play, especially against Big Ten teams. There's nothing better than this. It's great to bowl against all Big Ten teams. I love that, and just really happy for our team to get that win.
Yeah, well, it was great to watch, and congratulations to you guys.
Tracy, thank you so much.
Best of luck in the next match.
Thank you.
And we'll see you as you move on.
Perfect, thank you.
Yeah, thank you. Josh Kloss, the big Split King, as he heads on to continue Nebraska's quest toward a Big Ten championship here.
That concludes the first round of match play.
Get back here.
Lane assignment for the next round. Please listen closely. I'm going to be going through those right now. Indiana and Rutgers will be bowling on lanes 17 and 18. Penn State and Wisconsin will be bowling on lanes 5 and 6. Purdue and Michigan State will be bowling on lanes 13 and 14. And Nebraska and Ohio State will be bowling on lanes 9 and 10. Please report to your lanes as we will be starting in a few minutes.
All right. So, get things going in a few minutes here. I can't remember. I thought he said we have Rutgers. So we'll get our first look at the Scarlet Knights. I believe they will end up with Indiana, maybe? Yeah, either way, it'll be a good time. Yeah, Indiana. So, there you go. Yeah. Again, double elimination match play. Nobody's going home for the weekend after today. Everybody comes back tomorrow. But wow, what a start to things. Both matches going 5 games. Can't beat that. Hopefully we can get some lineups out of these guys. And
There should be one. Yeah, there's one at the end. Yeah.
that's Joey, Indiana already has it. Joey, they already have it. All right. So, Rutgers, after a 5-game win over Minnesota, will hit the live stream pair for the first time today. Indiana, who we saw take down Purdue in a great match in the traditional games, will be here for their second time. Of course, things a little different with the Baker style and back on the fresh as these lanes have been re-oiled. And of course, nobody wants to take that first L into Sunday. So that's what's at stake. Okay. Well, thank you. Okay. Audio problems. But I'm hoping, there we go. Man. One little thing gets bumped and everything kind of goes nuts. All right. Things are definitely starting to get a little busier, a little louder in the center as they've got a league coming up right after us. So we're going to try to move right along and get things finished up before it's their turn to bowl. Yeah.
We're gonna have 10 minutes of practice.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I'm good. Okay. They're going to get fired up for practice here.
All right, bowlers, your lanes will now be coming on for 10 minutes of practice, 5 minutes on each lane. Make sure to hit the space bar to begin your practice.
So now you've got 4 different matches going on, and remember they're switching lanes because they're all kind of attacking the fresh pairs. So the bowlers who were on 15 and 16 are on different pairs. The ones who won. The ones who lost are not bowling because they'll bowl tomorrow. Everybody gets another crack at it. So for us, we will be focused on Rutgers and Indiana. But again, if there are other scores you're looking for, just head on over to our tournament hub at higherbarbowling.com website. I just put it up in the live chat. It's higherbarbowling.com/big-10-championship. There you can find the bracket. You can find all the qualifying scores, the individual results, the folks who will make all tournament team. How the ladies ended up doing. It really is something how they put that all together. So 10 minutes of practice for the bowlers. Again, these are fresh pairs of lanes. They have not been bowled on since the re-oil, and that's why everybody's kind of shifting pairs. So all these teams get a shot at the fresh. Yeah. So all things are essentially even once again. So there's Kristen saying, "Go IU." We saw IU take the #1 seed out of the 5 traditional games. They did it in style after a hard-fought victory over Purdue. Purdue, one of the teams down the way there, they have Michigan State right now. From there, you've got Nebraska and Ohio State, and Penn State and Wisconsin on the far end. These are all winners bracket matches. Nobody goes home. We all come back tomorrow and do it all over again. And speaking of tomorrow, we will be back live streaming the whole time. Don't forget, Double Elimination Match Play continues right here on the Bowling with the Theft channel. If you're on here via the playlist, it's the same spot. You just
lanes if you have not done so already.
Just return right here and click on one of the other 2 videos, one for early and one for late, and hang with us as we determine 4 champions. A men's varsity, a women's varsity, men's JV, women's JV. First time we'll have 4 of them. They will announce some all-tournament team members, and we will have it all. You'll see the action, post-game reaction, trophy presentation, the works. We'll do our best to get you out of here in time to see Packers-Bears. Actually, it would be Bears-Packers since it's in Green Bay. And to get these teams on the road for a safe trip home. So we've been saying all day, you can see the oil pattern at that Higher Bar Bowling website, but here it is for those who haven't taken a look just yet. 43 feet, plenty of volume, 36.95 mils, a small ratio, and yeah, pretty tough. Pretty tough. Not for the faint of heart. Spares, very valuable. Strikes, exceptional. And Might be hard to see depending on how far those tall guys from Indiana are standing right, but you got some guys with surface going up the channel there, just as Joey had mentioned before. So maybe no defense in bowling, but there definitely can be some offense.
That's why you got in.
And in those first 5 games, the Hoosiers did it better than anybody. Down the concourse here, you can see a few more people have been gathering around, checking out the actions as we get set for this second round, the winner's round of double elimination match play. As the teams get
As a
set.
reminder, the higher seed will have choice of starting lane, and it will be a 1-game Baker match each game in a best-of-5 format. So first to 3 wins in the Baker format.
So obviously Indiana will be the one team that will choose the starting lane. They're the top seed in the tournament on the men's side. If you were watching earlier, or rather listening, you could you know that Rutgers won that match against Minnesota in 5 games, but they also had some volume. As the competitors shake hands and get ready to go to work. So the Hoosiers will get things started with Andrew Greavy. And they are starting on the right on lane 18. It's tough to see around them, but Greavy missed the head pin right and left a 1-2-8. Well, out of the building on that one and missed all 3. So Rutgers, meanwhile, a 1-3-8-10 for Andrew Medina. And got a few out of there, but opens for both parties. So a slight lead for Rutgers, but both sides with opens. And that one for Justin Mollender through the nose, leaving just a 3-pin. Crossover strike. And that'll work for Drew Hortons. Or I'm sorry, Drew Hartong. As Mollender converts the spare. Hartong is a freshman from Somerset, New Jersey, business management major. He says he only started bowling seriously this past summer. So a quick study as we move on to Donald DJ Yab. And he goes light and leaves a 2-pin as Indiana counters with Will Whittam. And he'll try to pick up a 2-5. DJ is a senior from Cherry Hill, New Jersey, a double major, computer science and mathematics. As he covers that spare. He says he worked as a line cook at a Vietnamese restaurant just to learn how to make pho. I love the backstories of some of these guys. Super interesting. There's another strike for Rutgers. So an early lead on the top seed in the tournament. Here's Alex Gott in the 4th. And again, missing the head pin. 1, 2, 5, 9. It has been a challenge for everybody. And man, that ball just would not dig. Wouldn't wrinkle in that oil. So 47 through 4 for Indiana as Anthony Palumbo makes it a double for the Scarlet Knights. Ryan Clinton hits in the 5th. So there's bright spot for Indiana, but they are in trouble early. As Andrew Medina goes light, leaves a 2-pin. And Greavy puts one in the right ditch. I'm hoping that Oops. I'm hoping that by shrinking this a little, it makes it a little easier to read. Tell me if I'm wrong on that. But yeah, the Hoosiers just 73 through 6 as Rutgers pours it on with another strike from Drew Hartong. Remember, it's a best of 5 Baker match. So first to 3. And no matter what happens, nobody's going home after this. It's double elimination, so everybody comes back tomorrow. DJ with the double. And Whittam answers for Indiana. But time is running short in this first game for the Hoosiers. As they are looking at a deficit of 45 pins. Seven count in the ninth for Alvin Gian. He is a junior electrical engineering major from Fort Lee, New Jersey. Clinton leaves a 2-4-8. As Gian takes all 3. He plays electric guitar, bass, and drums outside for fun, dabbles in basketball and volleyball as well. He is a mint connoisseur. He can eat 100 pieces of sushi, and he's been using the same bowling balls since his first time buying them. Now, depending on how long ago that was and how many games, that could be more or less impressive, you know, depending on how much time has elapsed and, you know, or how many games have been thrown on them. But regardless, they get some count here. They're going to be over 200, and Indiana has finished with 156. So it's going to be Rutgers going up 1-0 on the number 1 seeded Hoosiers. And with a 2:05, let's just say, at least in the early going, the script has been flipped.
Shut up, Kyle.
So the teams will switch lanes. Indiana folks imploring each other to get going. And get back in this. There is time. As they start with Greavy, who leaves a 3-6. And spare. Are they changing the order or subbing or anything? Do you know if anybody's changing the order or subbing?
I'll ask him.
Okay, and a spare on the Rutgers side as well. Both teams going with the same lineup that they had in the first game. Mollander leaving a 1-2-3-5-7, which is an unconventional leave, but on a shot like this where the ball tends to slide a lot, especially if you leak it right or too far down the lane. It happens.
I was going to call you something else, Kyle.
And he'll take 3 out of it. So again, Indiana finds themselves in an early hole. And just a 4 count, but I suppose you'd consider that a makeable.
We'll see.
All right. And Whittam comes back with a strike.
Your mommy and daddy say no shit. We got to talk.
So while there may not have been a lot of people that would have expected Rutgers to come out like that against the number 1 seed Indiana, they were efficient. They made spares, got doubles where they needed them, and Indiana just kind of looked lost.
Now they just fired back with a double.
Yep. So, yeah, I watched them in practice do a lot of what you described, kind of, playing up the rail and trying to kind of carve a path. But then there was a shot that got through in that last game, and it was a ball with surface, and he got it right, and it did not move.
Did nothing. Yeah.
Nothing.
I mean, with 10 minutes of practice compared to 15 minutes of practice also does make a difference, right? Also, when you come in here in the morning and all you're thinking about is surfacing, right? You're super focused. You're making sure you're surfacing your balls really well. There's also a chance that the balls weren't surfaced as well.
Yep.
But they were also sitting for a little bit longer because we had that entire first lane. So there's more factors, right? I wouldn't expect it to play the exact same.
No. And when you're carving a path like that, you can't possibly hit the exact same spot over and over.
It looks like they're a little bit further in this time.
Yeah.
And it looks like that's, I think, both teams.
Mm-hmm.
So that looks to be what's working best on this pair.
Yeah. And there's a 4-pin, so now Rutgers all of a sudden in a really deep hole as Indiana looks to build on a 4-bagger.
And I kind of like that they're bowling fast. It's something that when you're hot, you keep it going.
Oh yeah.
Because they don't have to wait for the other team.
Mm-hmm.
And if you're bowling well and you're hot and you keep going and then you put a number up there that the other team has to look at, that they have to come from behind, it can make a difference.
Absolutely.
So,
yeah, it's a chess match.
And the same spare is made by both teams.
Yep.
Not a common spare left by two righties, but
this isn't a common pattern either.
It's true. That's a good point.
But that's how it should be. You want these teams to make good shots and win that way. You don't want them to get it cheap.
Yep. There's the urethane still. But yeah, it's like an extra 5 boards left of, where they might have been starting game 1 earlier today. Still good spare shooting by Rutgers, I will say.
Gott definitely carries himself like a guy who's been there before.
So my alma mater is Indiana.
Okay.
And so I did have the pleasure of bowling with Mr. Gott. And I will say he's a very nonchalant guy and always been someone who acts like he's been there before. And he's grown so much. He's a senior now. And yeah, it's super great to see him being a leader out here. It's one of many of the teams here who don't have, a coach, and I know that he's taken on that role as a player coach, and that's something that's really challenging to do.
Sure.
But yeah, he does hold himself really well.
Yeah.
And we talked about spare shooting earlier and how important that is, and Rutgers is following that plan, a couple frames, but then you have a team show up and throw 3 in a row at you twice.
Yep.
It's hard to beat 230 when you're,
Yeah,
especially on this pattern.
You're just not going to, at least not consistently. Yeah. So you take your lumps. You know that those spares are important. Shoot them well. Continue to shoot them well, and just wait for the next game.
Yep. I was able to walk around a little bit before, so once we get a spare, there's another spare.
230.
So it looks like Penn State won the first game on 5 and 6 over Wisconsin. Purdue beat Michigan State the first game, and Nebraska beat Ohio State.
Okay.
So that first game coming out of the first round, you had both Rutgers and Nebraska taking wins. So
sure,
they must have still been coming off their hot streak. There wasn't too much time in between rounds.
Yeah. So now you were talking about, okay, they've got to stare at the big score, right? And that's going to put them at a pretty distinct disadvantage in this match. But now they've got the big score. They had the momentum, but now they got to sit a while, right?
Exactly.
So
yes.
maybe now that momentum cools a little bit.
And they have to, it does give them time to, think, going back to the lane that we lost on, right? What can we do differently? What can we do better? So I think there's a good piece of reflection there. But yes, in terms of momentum, I do think it's stagnant. we're going to keep track of it this time. Both the wins on 17 and 18 have been on lane 17.
Yep.
And Indiana did pick lane 18 to start on,
Yep,
which means
they
if
did.
it goes to 5 games, they will bowl on lane 18 three times. Yep. And it's looking like Purdue is going to win the second game in a row over Michigan State.
Okay. And I want to say Michigan's the men's varsity team that hasn't made it over here during the course of today. All right, so 230 to 140.
I love it. They're just getting right back up there.
Yep.
Keep the ball rolling.
Yeah, if you got the hot hand.
Yep. I'm not even going to ask them if they're changing their lineup. A rough start.
To Andrews, Medina, and Greavy, both with makeables to shoot at. And just 2 out of that one for Greavy. So an early open for the Hoosiers. And Medina gets the spare, but man, is that close. Not much room to spare on that one. All right, strike from Molander to follow it up. Again, the two teams tied at a win apiece in this best of 5. Drew with the 5-pin. And Whittam, the 2-4.
Penn State are evened up at 1. And Nebraska, surprisingly, goes up 2-0 on Ohio State, who qualified second.
Yeah.
So Nebraska's won a lot of matches in a row now.
Yeah,
a lot of games in a row.
And you start to wonder about, some of these teams that have bowled from the start, right? Rutgers bowled from the start, and they continued some of that momentum in the first game against Indiana. Same with Nebraska. They had the hot finish against Michigan, carried it over into this match against Ohio State. They always talk on the PBA tour about how it's so hard to win from the top seed because you sit there.
Yeah, that's a good point. I think Rutgers, up until that last match, I think they won 4 in a row, if you count both the rounds. And then Nebraska's currently sitting at 4 in a row because I think they won the last 2 to win. So
pretty impressive.
And it's seeming like lane 17 might be the better lane.
Yeah. That doesn't hurt either.
Not at all. That's a huge double to put the pressure on.
Ooh. Oh. That's hard.
It's rough.
You think you've got it right in the right spot.
Yep.
That one jumped up high on him, but just a 3-6-10. So you got to make it. Already down.
Down big.
Yeah, 40 plus.
They're going to need a big. That's a really good spare by Rutgers, too. It's not an easy one. They're going to need, Indiana is going to need a big second half, and a spare here would hopefully jumpstart that a little bit for them.
Okay, got it.
But Rutgers has a big lead, so they have to keep their foot on the pedal.
Yeah. Yikes. 2, 4, 5, 7, 8.
It's not the count you're looking for coming off your first spare of the game.
Not at all. 3, 6, 10. So just a lot of multiple pin combinations, and that's the other thing. You want to keep those spares coming, but
it's a good spare.
You think of all the ways that you can chop, slide by.
Yeah, I mean,
make a big, a 5-pin combination like that is big.
It is.
And that, out of the building, right? So 109 through 6.
And a possible 79 through 6.
Right. So now all of a sudden the lead is getting smaller. Still got a few frames left. If you can get something going here.
And I honestly think if you get a few if you continue the spares, unless Rutgers starts striking,
right,
they're in good shape. Mm-hmm. That's why that first and third frame, when you go 7-2 and 8 out, means a lot.
Sure.
But Rutgers has 3 strikes this game too.
Yep.
The left lane's got the most strikes for sure.
Yeah, a couple good breaks. And,
yep.
It all adds up.
Especially in one-game matches.
Mm-hmm.
Because earlier today, in the team games, if you miss one spare, obviously it hurts, right? But it's not.
You think
it's not the end of the world. Yeah, it's not. It's not. Oh, like this. You only have 10 frames compared to 50.
They both threw the exact same shot. Got all 3.
I will say Nebraska's still pretty loud down there.
Yeah.
I would be very surprised to see a sweep.
Yeah.
Very impressed. So we'll see what happens.
So they don't, as you can see, they don't have a coach. They've got 2 seniors that kind of take the lead on, we'll call it personnel decisions. And they, they see the big picture. I asked Quaz about putting Choi on the bench. He said he didn't grumble about it. He said he understood. Go get him, win that game, and they did.
That's a good teammate right there.
Yeah.
Oh, and a great shot from Rutgers.
Yeah. yeah, you kind of see the Hoosiers in your rear view mirror, and to make a shot like that is really big.
Absolutely.
But yeah, back to Nebraska, he said Choi is by far their best bowler.
And to put him on the bench in that situation takes guts for sure.
Yeah. But he said he was missing spares, and he understood. So, yeah, he said when you're in a pressure match like that, you got to make tough decisions, and he's
Absolutely.
right.
I mean, if you look from frame 5 on for Indiana, they put together a great game.
Yep.
It was just those first few frames.
All right. So, yeah, Rutgers got this one. That's in the bag with a 186.
Yep.
And they'll go up 2-1.
And it looks like Purdue went ahead and swept Michigan State 3-0. So that match is over.
Okay.
I feel like Nebraska's been quiet, so I'm curious to see what they're doing down there.
Yeah. So 152 for Indiana.
And we'll see if Rutgers can get it done on the right lane.
So Purdue, as we talked about earlier, the number 2 seed, taking care of Michigan State in 3 games. Meanwhile, the number 1 men's seed, Indiana, down 2-1 to Rutgers, who can take them out with 1 more win and send them to the losers bracket. But here they come. Andrew Greavy starting out with a strike. They know they need to start filling frames and get it done right now. Mollander with the 10-pin. On the Rutgers side, here's Andrew Medina.
Good luck, Sean.
And he's up high left of 4-pin. The Rutgers men have been great spare shooters through this match. Yes, they've hit some strikes. They've caught a few breaks, but they have been making spares really well. And that's why they're in the position they're in right now, up 2-1 on Indiana. And there's another one in their first frame as Will Whittam steps up for Indiana. And he leaves a mess. 4, 6, 7, 9, 10. And not a great time for that, but is what it is. Gotta get as many as you can out of it and on to the next. he'll go 5-3. So now it's Drew Hartong trying to capitalize for the Scarlet Knights. And he leaves the split going right through the nose. Four, 7, and 10. And he'll take 2. So it's going to be tight in the early going with both teams and open via split. As Rutgers steps up in the third with DJ. You know he liked that one, but 6 right around the 10. And he'll try and cover that one up. Looked like he got it by just by a hair. Kind of hard to see from my vantage point, but close. So Indiana just kind of sat there, let him get through those frames, and basically took an 8-pin lead, kind of waiting on the bench. So now here's Alex Gott. Up light, and there's a 2-4-5-7. And on the Rutgers side, it's Gian with a 3 count, 3 off the left. And again, got it in the soup on the right, and it just did not wrinkle.
That's a good spare.
Yep.
A couple updates.
Yeah.
Wisconsin's up 2-1 on Penn State.
Okay.
And then Ohio State ended up taking that third game.
Okay.
So Nebraska's up 2-1 on Ohio State.
Okay.
So we've got 3 matches in progress, 1 done.
Okay.
Of the second round of double elimination match play.
Yeah. There's Ryan Clinton. There was a head in the way. It sounded good.
It was good. I believe his brother's bowling today, too, on Ohio State.
Okay.
Ryan Clinton. Does that sound right?
He is Ryan.
He's Ryan.
There is another Clinton.
John Clinton. His brother on Ohio State.
So Greavy's ball looked like it went left off his hand and left him a 1-3-6. Okay, yeah, I can't read the scoreboard on the live stream. Yeah, I was hoping by minimizing that a little, it would be a little clearer. But right now, it is Indiana has 63 through 4 with a strike up in the 5th, and he has a 7 count that he's shooting at, a 1-3-6.
It sounded
which
like
he
1.
chopped. He's got 2 out of it. So 91 through 7, I think. Is it 6 or 7? We'll see after the little animation thing. Okay, 91 through 6 for Indiana. Rutgers 52 through 5 and taking care of that spare. So a spare in the 6th, 52 through 5. So Indiana's got a slight lead here, but Rutgers with a spare up going to make progress. I mean, I can make that bigger. Hopefully it's a little easier to read. Let's see. You tell me if that's better. Hopefully it is. Yeah, for some reason my second camera kept freezing up on me. It's just blurry, yeah. All right, so a strike up in the 7th for Indiana. And they're content to just wait for a second as Drew Hartong shoots at a 5-pin.
What?
7 frames in the books for each of these teams.
I'm hearing a lot of Go Big Red down there.
That was Josh Quass, who we talked to after the win over Michigan, and he's fired up.
I think they're only in the 5th frame.
Okay.
But I imagine they have the lead.
Yeah. And an 8 count, 5-9 leave for DJ. And for Whittem on the other side, a 2-pin. Takes care of it. And that'll bring up Gott. So nobody's really setting the world on fire this game, but you've got a slight lead with the Hoosiers. And they got to have it. Down 2-1. Just 1. So 98 through 8. Yeah, 98.
That's a big one there. And they had a few opens, and then they spared a couple times, and that's a tough one.
Yeah.
But they are bowling slow, which to the opposite of what I said right there. Mm-hmm. And they get one there.
Yeah.
But when you're coming from behind, it's almost better to try to slow down your opponent too, because
Sure.
they have all the momentum. So,
Yeah.
like you said, chess match.
Yeah. So got right of the head pin, 1, 2, 4. There's Gian. No, I'm sorry. Palumbo up high and just leaving the 3 pin. So spare strike for Rutgers would be 138.
And a good spare.
And spare is basically just going to force Clinton to keep it on the lane.
And lane 17 is going to have all of the wins in this round.
Yeah. Yep. All four of them so
I see
far.
some handshaking over there, so I'm guessing
Okay.
Nebraska took care of business on Ohio State, which is a pretty big upset.
Yeah, it is. So 3-1, that would have been. Wow.
I hear some Penn States going down. They were in a tight one, that third match, so. Looks like they're packing up, so I'm going to assume that Nebraska did finish off Ohio State. So that leaves us with 2 matches ongoing, 2-2 Indiana and Rutgers, and I believe it's still 2-1 Wisconsin over Penn State.
Okay.
So Penn State needs a win to stay in it.
Yeah. So 164, 136.
Yep. And we'll see if Indiana can handle the right lane or if Rutgers is going to keep it rolling on the left lane.
Yeah. Game 5.
Yeah, Andrew's starting off right away. It's a little right. Got back to the pocket, but a light 7 pin.
Oh. Left it right. 1-2-10 washout. We are in game 5 of this best of 5 double elimination match play Baker match between Rutgers and top seeded Indiana. And just 1 out of the 3 for Andrew Medina. So Indiana will have an early lead. Only question is by how many? And the answer is 1. So both teams with early opens. Drew hits pocket, but he's got a 7 pin to show for it. as Indiana sends Justin Mollender up, and he goes a little high, leaves him 310, baby split. There just is not a big difference between baby split and 245 or worse. As Drew takes down the 7. Oh, man, that ball just would not catch.
It's going to be 2-2, Penn State and Wisconsin. So
Okay,
we'll have
game 5
we have
over
2
there,
matches going to game 5. This one already underway.
Yeah,
Rutgers has the early lead.
they do.
Whoa.
245. I was just saying.
2-4-5, 8.
Oh, there's an 8-pin. Oh, yeah. Moved over, so it's out of range. I was just saying, there just isn't that much of a difference between baby split and 245 or worse.
Out of range on 17. Out of range.
Okay. So 2 opens to start for Indiana, but Whittem puts 10 back. Meanwhile, the Badgers and Nittany Lions back on 5 and 6, tangled up in a tight one as well. But Nebraska, how about that, huh? The 7 seed taking down Michigan and then doing the same to number 2 seed Ohio State. They're probably not all that excited about going home tonight. They want this thing to continue.
Yeah, me too. So I guess upset-wise, the biggest one is definitely Nebraska over Ohio State. I think that might be our only upset so far.
Okay.
Because 8 seed Rutgers beat 9 seed Minnesota.
Okay.
And we had 7 seed Nebraska beat 10 seed Michigan.
Right.
And then number 3 seed Purdue beat number 6 seed Michigan State.
Okay.
And we'll see what happens with it's a good spare. 4 seed Wisconsin and 5 seed Penn State. And also right here,
This one, yeah.
1 seed Indiana, 8 seed Rutgers.
Mm-hmm. Both in game 5. Bang.
And that one got a little bit further to the right, and it still came back.
Yep.
I was a little bit worried off his hand.
So
I was
are they
thinking,
but breaking it down a little bit?
He also threw that a little bit slower. So
Okay.
speed control is a very big deal.
Sure.
On 37 mils of oil.
I bet. Meanwhile, Rutgers
Made a couple spares.
left and didn't pay the maximum penalty, but
Very true.
Gian will try and take down the 1-3. There's Clinton turning 2 into 3.
That's the only acceptable way of coming back from 2 opens in a game 5 match.
Yep. Yeah, they knew they had to have something.
And now the pressure comes right back on Rutgers, who
Sure.
just opened a frame.
Mm-hmm. So Greavy, one of the 2 offenders, Trying to make good. Oh, wow.
Gets a huge break.
Yeah. They caught a nice break.
And then one
there.
right back for Rutgers.
Yep. So
Much quieter down on 5 and 6 for Wisconsin, Penn State.
Oh.
Another now a right hit. So what I meant to say is the only acceptable way of coming back from 2 opens in a Game 5 match is 5 in a row.
5 in a row. Okay.
Not 3 in a row.
Oh, that went dead
Missing
left.
left again.
Yeah. 1, 3, 6. Man. This
So
thing
if I was Indiana here, I would keep bowling.
Yeah.
But it looks like they're
content to just kind of let it play out for a little bit.
I would want to be finishing this game as fast as possible.
Yeah. Because now there's nothing on the other side of it. You just
There's no waiting.
Yeah.
So you're almost icing yourself.
Mm-hmm. They're going to be in the 130s through 6. I mean,
And a big shot for Rutgers.
Yeah.
Keeps him in it a little bit.
A little bit.
Yep. There's a little bit of life.
Okay. How'd it go today so far? Good.
Hey.
Who is that? Is that DJ for Rutgers? That's up?
In the 8th,
yes. I think so. He just stepped back off a shot.
Okay.
I think he's done that a couple times now in this match. So you can tell how much these bowlers are thinking.
Sure.
And now a big spare coming for Indiana.
What's this one? This is the last one. It's 2-2.
And they're still talking about it over here for Rutgers.
Yeah, look at the difference.
It is a big shot.
Look at the difference. I mean, they're talking strategy. Meanwhile,
they're talking to some fans.
Some guy. They're explaining what's going on here.
That's Mr. Gott for you, though. Very nonchalant.
Yeah.
And I thought that was a really good shot from DJ.
Yeah.
Just didn't have enough.
Right.
That's a big spare for Indiana.
Yep. So 179 is what Rutgers can max out at. And Indiana
They were just chanting DSS. You know what that stands for?
Oh, gosh.
Designated Spare Shooter.
Ah, okay. Yeah, that'll pretty much do it.
I think so, too.
Yeah, they've already got 167. That's it. Indiana's going to survive.
Scrape it away.
Winning
on the right lane.
Penn State score? I don't know. They're kind of far down on the other end, but
it's 2-2.
It's
and
2-2
it looks like
right
they're
now.
in the third or fourth frame. It's my best guess.
So they've still got a little while to go yet. Anybody Facebook living that one?
It doesn't look like it.
Okay. It's blacked out. But yeah, we'll get you an update as soon as we can. Yeah, they're going to be north of 200. And when you start out open,
it was a great comeback.
I mean,
it was the only way. The only
yeah.
way you can come back from open there.
That's
It's
incredible.
5 in a row and 2 spares.
Mm-hmm.
And then you throw in Mason here, who hasn't gotten an opportunity to bowl much today, and you give him an opportunity to bowl in the 10th frame.
Sure. I mean, 6 guys, that's clearing the bench.
Yep. It is. It is. I'm going to give a quick shout out to another one of Indiana's teammates who I know couldn't make it today, Jack Harari. He is graduating this semester, but had a big final project. So his last collegiate tournament was a few weeks ago in Lafayette.
How about that? So 130 for Rutgers, but they put a scare into Indiana, that's for sure.
Absolutely.
Yeah. And like you said, everybody won on 17 except for that last game.
Yep. So, an update on the winners bracket. Purdue is going to bowl Nebraska tomorrow morning on lanes 7 and 8. And then Indiana will face the winner of Penn State, Wisconsin. And so far, one upset. Indiana survived there, so no upset here. The one upset, Nebraska over Ohio State.
Yeah. .214, 130, and that'll do it here as Indiana hangs on. Well, if you want to,
I'm gonna go get an update on
get
this.
an update on Wisconsin. Maybe we can convince another Hoosier to get over here and
yeah, please do.
Tell us the story of that whole thing. Handshakes all around as we conclude a wild one here between Rutgers and Indiana. Give me some Hoosiers. Bring the Hoosiers on. Bring them on.
We're bringing the full squad here.
The full squad. Wow.
Full squad.
Is this like when the football team is supposed, like the starters are supposed to get announced, but they just say, "Oh, we're just going to announce the whole team as a team." Kind of that
Probably,
thing?
yeah. It's a team mindset.
It's a team mindset. Okay, I like that. It's a growth mindset, as we experienced through that. What was that like?
What was the question? I did not hear.
It was fun.
Yeah,
it was fun.
So much fun.
Well, it's always fun when you survive something like that.
Yeah.
It's not fun when you don't. Tell me about that comeback. I mean, you start out game 5 open. That's not fun.
We were going into that game knowing that the right lane was giving both teams a struggle, but we came in with confidence. We were coming in off of a 1-0 deficit, but we were all just having fun as a team.
Yeah, we never lost focus. We stayed together as a team, even though 2 people opened. We hit 5 in a row, and then that kind of just solidified it. And we had a little fun at the end.
Yeah. So, Joey said the only acceptable way to follow up 2 opens is 3 in a row. Then he amended that after the next 2 strikes and said the only acceptable way to follow up 2 opens is 5 in a row. I mean, did you hear him or something? Because that seemed to work out pretty well.
Well, we knew with the 2 opens, we had to put some work in. So, if you throw 5 in a row, you're really going to catch up and strike some pins together, that pin count's going to go up, So we just knew that we had to throw some good ones, and then everyone on the team was able to do that.
The interesting part for those of us back here is watching kind of the mannerisms, who was kind of laying back and waiting, keeping the tempo nice and slow, who was going. And in different points of this match, you guys were kind of doing it differently, and Rutgers was as well. What was kind of the strategy behind that? When did you decide to go, and when did you decide to kind of hang back a little bit?
Well, we kind of wanted to keep the games close. We wanted both teams to be kind of at the same frame, kind of know what we had against us. And I think that really helped us as a team. We really wanted to know what we had and what we were going up against, and I think that held us together as a team.
Yeah, I think at some points of the game they were taking a little slower pace, maybe to try to get a little bit of advantage, see what we had. But we stayed and we didn't bowl when they did that, so that ended up helping us out, and we won in the end.
And by the last game, I mean, they looked like they were having a real serious conversation, and you guys are talking to some guy about the format of the tournament.
I mean, It's all about keeping it fun. Bowling's a fun sport. You get in your head too much, you lose control. And that's what we keep it fun here. That's how we win. And that's kind of our motto, right? You just keep it fun. It's the Hoosier way.
Just with the football team,
Yeah.
Just like the football team, the basketball team, it's all about team chemistry and having fun, and hopefully you do well.
Okay. What's the deal with DSS?
That is designated spare shooter.
That was me at the end, yeah.
If someone is absolutely sniping those spares, they are a designated spare shooter.
I would hope you'd want all 6 of you to be DSSs this weekend, right?
Oh, yes.
Hopefully.
Most of us were, yes. Most of us were.
Okay. And how about at the end, Mason? What was that like?
It was great.
Explain, come on, give me
Hitting the first Brooklyn and then absolutely hitting the pocket and then leaving it 10 pin. And just,
What was that next ball like? The next ball?
straight into the gutter.
But at that point, it didn't matter.
Didn't matter, so it's fun.
We can all laugh it off. Okay, so everybody advances to tomorrow. You guys are the number 1 seed, all that good stuff. Stay in the winner's bracket. What do you do tonight?
Watch the Hoosiers beat Ohio State.
Yeah. Okay.
We got the football game to watch. We're
Get some
definitely going to eat
dominoes
some
for it.
dinner. We're staying at his house because he lives near here, so we'll be chilling in the basement, watching the game, playing video games, having fun, hanging out, Try to have a good time.
Okay. And then you bowl good tomorrow.
That would be ideal, yeah.
And then the Packers win, right?
And then the Packers win against the Bears. It's that easy.
Yep. Easy. Yeah. You look like you're not convinced.
Me, myself, I'm not a Packers fan. I'm a Ravens fan.
Nobody's perfect.
So, I mean, I don't mind the Packers. It's just the Bears are a more fun team to root for because they've been historically bad.
Exactly, the underdog.
You want them to succeed.
It's like a sympathy vote.
Yes.
That's crazy.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I suppose you got to have sympathy for somebody, maybe. I don't know. I can't get down with that. But you know where I'm from, so yeah. But anyway, it was a blast to watch that match. Congratulations, and best of luck the rest of the way.
All right.
Thank you, sir.
Hoosiers. Let's go.
In case you needed any reminder, they are the Indiana Hoosiers, the number 1 seed, going into tomorrow's double elimination bracket match play, and there you go. So it looks like Penn State has got some cheers here, PSUW, and we are Penn State. So it looks like Penn State may have taken out Wisconsin there in another 5-game match. I will check the score here and see if we can confirm that. Not sure if that one went onto the page or not, but if it did, we will pop it up there. Let's see. So this is the bracket, again, accessible on the Big Ten Championships page of highbarbowling.com. And as we check it out here, Penn State. Looks like, first round, Wisconsin. Wisconsin second round losers. Losers bracket. So did
Penn State, they took care of business.
Penn State won. Okay, so there you go. There you have it. Penn State defeats Wisconsin, and the We Are Penn Staters get to celebrate tonight. So there you have it. Yeah, good stuff. Boy, I'll tell you what, that was pretty entertaining. You know, you get the Hoosiers celebrating that kind of win.
Let me tell you, that was exciting to watch. I mean, I was walking up and back and getting goosebumps and chills occasionally with, you know, some of the matches were really close and teams, you know, really digging deep into it. And, you know, I remember being there not that long ago, and now being on this side of it is a little bit, it's different, but I still feel like I'm a part of it. And it has been an awesome day, and I'm so excited for tomorrow.
There is nothing like college bowling. When you get into these matches, when every shot means so much, nothing like it. You have to experience it to know it, but trust me when I say there is nothing like it.
Agreed.
Yeah, for sure. So that's going to do it from here at Bowlero Mount Prospect. Remember to stick with us. If you can't find the playlist, just go to that Higher Bar Bowling page under Big Ten Championships. You'll find the whole playlist. 4 different video windows there. You can relive the excitement from today on 2 of them. The other 2 are for Double Elimination Match Play, which continues tomorrow. Championship Sunday. We'll get the thing rolling 8 a.m.
8 a.m.
Same bat time, same bat channel. We hope to see you again tomorrow. Have a great night.
Thank you for watching Bowling with the Fef. Pound the like button and subscribe button. It's the easiest way to support the channel, and it's free. Bowling with the Fef is brought to you by Chip Magnet. Raise your snack standards.
Jerry, score more bowling supply inside Wagner's Lane. So Eau Claire, Wisconsin area's leader in bowling products and services since 1988. And Visionary Video Hub, video with impact.
Email bowlingwiththefef@yahoo.com with questions or to appear on the show. You can also reach out on your favorite social media platform.